Hey everybody, welcome back. I am kind of back in one of those situations where I was in last year, where I've got all these dolls that I have not opened yet, and they're just kind of piling up. And there's a lot of video ideas that I have that I want to do, like cleaning up some of my thrift store dolls, or I don't know, I have a couple other ideas of things that I would like to do, but I really want to get through these dolls. Not necessarily I want to get through them first, but like I have a whole lot of stuff to do. This weekend turned out to be really busy for me, so I figured I would just do a few like really quick doll reviews that I can do. So these videos might be a little bit shorter than normal, but you know, just so that way I can kind of get through some of the dolls that I've got piling up. So today, I don't know what order I'm going to do this. I'm just going to do this. It's on top. I'm going to do this first. Today we're going to be looking at this. It's technically a 6-pack because there's 3 girls and 3 horses. So there's 6 characters, I guess, toys total, which is fitting because I just came from a show. I went with my mom, my sister-in-law, and her mom. We went to go see Six. It's a traveling, like they're on their tour right now. If you don't know what Six is, it is a musical about Henry VIII's 6 wives, you know, divorced, beheaded, died, divorced, beheaded, survived, that thing. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was so good, and I loved the music from it. On the way home, I was listening to the soundtrack, so I was listening to the same songs over again. I really enjoyed that. So we did that today. It is later in the day today than it normally is when I film. And then tomorrow, I'm going to be going to my grandfather's birthday party. So we're going to be doing stuff tomorrow and stuff like that. So since this weekend has just like, it's busy. So I'm like, let me just not get into any of the more complicated stuff that I've been wanting to get started on, and just do a few more doll reviews this week, and then probably starting next week, hopefully. We'll see. I'll get into some of like the cleaning up older dolls and stuff like that. I did want to start this one off because we're looking at horses. I kind of wanted to stick in the theme. I have an eBay purchase that I wanted to show you really quick. It is My Little Pony G1 related, so I'm really excited for this one. I haven't been buying a whole bunch of ponies on eBay recently, like after all the ones I just bought. I've been kind of slowing down just a little bit. So I don't know when I'm gonna be able to do another video of like a haul video for My Little Pony, and I don't want to wait to open this one up because I'm really excited for her. Here she is. Okay, so here's the pony. There she is. Oh my gosh, I am in love. Now, I have to look up her name. I looked at the listing and they got the name wrong. Hold on really quick. Okay, so this is one of the Sweetheart sister ponies, and she is from 1988. It looks like, I think it's 1988. But anyway, so yeah, this is one of the later releases for My Little Pony G1, and this one is called Frilly Flower. Now, there is another Sweetheart sister pony, because these are the ones that like they're a little bit taller. Like for example, here is a regular My Little Pony, and if you look at them, you know, side by side, you can see like they made them a little bit slimmer and everything, and have a slightly different look to them. I always really liked these ponies when I was a kid, by the way. I only ever owned 2. There was a set of the Sweetheart sister ponies that have like glitter symbols, and they're kind of like a twice as fancy because their symbols went all along their bodies on both sides. I had one of those, and I think she was purple, and then I have another one, that hot pink one. I don't know how well you can see her back there, but I had her when I was a kid. That's not the one I had. I bought that one off eBay many years later. But anyway, I always really liked these ones. I thought that they were really cool, and they're very, very pretty. Anyway, this one is Frilly Flower, and there's another one from a different line. They only had like 4 lines for the Sweetheart sister ponies, I think. But anyway, there was another one called Cha-Cha that has the same coloration, but a different symbol, and she was listed as Cha-Cha on eBay, but this one is Frilly Flowers, and I think I kind of lucked out because Cha-Cha usually sells for less and Frilly Flowers usually sells for more, and I don't know the reason why behind that, but she was marked at a lower price and marked as Cha-Cha. So I got her for a decent price, and I was like, I'm not gonna pass this up because I absolutely love this color combination. Like the teal hair with this like yellow, the yellow almost looks like a green yellow. I don't know, I'm obsessed. I really, really love this, and I just wanted to share that with you guys really quick. My pony collection is forever growing. Also, look at her hair. She's in such good condition. I feel like this came from a collector as opposed to a reseller or somebody who just found ponies in their basement somewhere or something like that. Anyway, oh, and each of the Sweetheart Sister ponies had these little things, like their little ears pierced with a flower and a thing coming down. This one looks like it's broken because they're supposed to be a little bit longer than this, but I mean, it's fine. I'm not upset about it. Anyway, that's not the reason we're here today. We're taking a look at the Hairmazing, there was a name for this. Oh, it's literally just Doll and Horse set. It says right there. If I read, anyway, here is the back of the box. It's just a picture of one of the characters on her horse. But basically, these are the Hairmazing budget dolls. So we all know how like Just Play came out with Hairdorables, and then later on they brought out Hairdorables Hairmazing, which are the taller fashion doll version of Hairdorables. And then at some point they discontinued all of that, and they're like, we're just going to take the Hairmazing name doll, you know, the name of the doll line, and apply it to some budget dolls, and that's what these are, or this line is anyway. These dolls don't look like budget dolls to me. I mean, they're still kind of in that realm, but what's really cool is these dolls have articulation. Now, the only reason I really got this, I'm not collecting the budget dolls, but the reason I got this is because it was in the clearance section at a Walmart near me for like $5, like $4 something. Like I got it for really, really cheap. I'm like, you know, it's on clearance at that price. Like, I'm interested enough that I want to see what these are about. So I decided I'd get it and review it and everything. Plus the horses look kind of cool as well. So I want to check out the horses. I want to check out the dolls. They probably have polypropylene hair. I would like it if they did not, because I hate that hair fiber. But I'm going to open this up and we're going to find out. So let me do that and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got the dolls out of the box, and oh, I dropped her hat. Okay, I'm a professional. Anyway, here she is. So I've got all 3 of the dolls out of the box, so we're just going to take a look at them all individually. I'm going to zoom in a little bit just so that way I can show you guys. So here is the first doll. I'm going like left to right in the box. So anyway, so here's the first doll. I don't know if any of these dolls have like names or like the characters, the names for the girl or for the horse. I'm not sure. It didn't say on the box anywhere that I saw, but that's okay. So anyway, this first girl, she's got like a tan complexion. She has brown hair with red streaks. We've got the horse here. Looks kind of like maybe an Appaloosa, maybe. Brown horse with like blonde hair and, you know, these like kind of blonde spots, splotches all over the flank. Oh, and I guess over the neck as well a little bit. Ooh, keep dropping this little hat here. It sits on really well, but like when you're like trying to balance it and show it to the camera, it's gonna fall off. Anyway, the second one, this one, the doll is blonde. Her hair is up and like half up in a top knot, and the rest is down. She's got like a leather jacket and everything. This horse looks like it's like maybe a Palomino, although I've completely forgotten all of my horse breeds, so please forgive me if I get any of these wrongs. I think Palomino were yellow horses with white hair, and this one is a yellow horse with brown hair. So I don't know if that's still technically a Palomino or not. These all could just be like generic horses for all I know as well. So I have no idea. And then here is the last one. This is she is a deeper skin complexion with pink hair, and I love that combination. Especially since her eyes are green. They're hazel. She has hazel eyes. Like, look at that. I'm going to show you each of the dolls like a little bit more like up close individually here in just a second. And her horse, I have no idea. I forgot. Pinto? Maybe, I'm guessing now at this point. I don't remember what type, what like horses and everything. But these all look super cute. I really like these. Now, each of the horses, their mane and tail is really long, which I love that. And it has like a little rubber band here holding the hair to the legs. Hold on, let me take the rubber bands off. There we go. And I'm just gonna pull okay, there we go. So is she even she's not. This is really cool. Okay, so I love how these dolls are on here. So their hands kind of go through little loops in their, what is that? The bridle, whatever, their lead, the reins, that's what it's called. Anyway, so their hands kind of go through that, and then their boots actually kind of like go into the little stirrups here, and she's able to stay on pretty good for playing. She's not actually strapped on. So let me see how easy it is. So I just take her shoes out of the stirrups and take her hands out of the reins, and she comes off really easily. So that is really, really cool. Okay, so I want to look at the horses first. Since all the horses are basically the same, they're just in a slightly different pose. But so here's the horse without the rider. They have like a little saddle here. This one's saddle is pink, this one is black, and this one is kind of like this salmon kind of corally color. I dropped her hat again. And just like that, the hat is lost forever. Okay, so keep going. I'll find the hat later. Anyway, so this is the horse. The horses are really cute. So look at the faces here. The face, I don't know if this is a screening or how you would describe it, but looks pretty good. I mean, for the most part, it's just the eyes, I guess. The forelock, like the front of the hair, is molded on for each of them. And then the hair is rooted. Like it's probably like a single track. A lot of toy horses use this same technology where it's just a track of hair, and then when they're put together, there's a slit right there where the hair comes through. The hair is polypropylene, but you know what? The hair is actually not bad. I hope that I was not hitting the microphone that whole time. Sorry about that. I've been having microphone issues for a while now. I'm trying to figure out like what's causing it and like trying to fix it. Maybe I just need to invest in like a more expensive microphone at some point. I don't know. Anyway, okay, so what was I saying? Oh, the hair is not bad. It is polypropylene, or it is like a cheap nylon, which is basically what polypropylene is. It feels fine. Like for a toy for as inexpensive as this was, I'm not going to complain. I'm just going to like take it for what it is, because I paid virtually nothing for these dolls. Because like, you know, $5 and you split it amongst, you know, 3 dolls and each one has a horse. Like it's not bad. Plus, it's just a toy to play with. It's fun. Anyway, the saddle and the bridle are removable. I'm not going to do it because I feel like I would struggle putting it back on, but it is removable. And the tail has like this little, I don't know what that's called, where you wrap the base of the tail. Like they do that for racehorses and stuff like that. But it just kind of gives a little bit of volume to the tail, which I kind of like. And it matches the reins for each of them. So anyway, so this is the first horse. Here is the girl with the pink hair. Now these dolls are interesting. So these are mini dolls. They are about 6 inches tall, maybe a little bit less than 6 inches. I don't know. They're about the size of an action figure. Like I said, they might be like 5 inches. I don't know. I don't have a ruler here where I can measure to know for sure, but they have interesting articulation. Now they have movement at the head. They have movement at the shoulders, but the shoulder or the elbows, there is no movement at the elbows or the wrist. They do have movement at the hip. There is movement at the hip, and then they also have a bend at the knee, and that is just so that way they can sit on the horse and ride. So I actually kind of like this, and if I was a kid, and like, you know, back when I was a kid, I would have loved dolls like this, because there's really good range of movement, even though there's only a joint at the shoulder, even though there's no bend at the elbow or the wrist, there's still a good range of movement, and the knees bend. So this would have been a really fun doll for me to play with as a kid. Now, what's interesting is some of their clothing is molded on, and some of it is not. It is actual fashion, like fabric fashions. So for this girl, for example, she has this really cute like chambray, like denim kind of, I don't know if it's a chambray shirt or a denim jacket, whatever it is, this blue top. And then underneath, she's got this sleeveless striped top that is actually it's a dress, sorry. It is actually connected. It's all one piece, Velcro's in the back. And then, you know, it's got this floral skirt with the little pink ribbon there for the belt area. And then her boots are actually molded on. So this is part of her leg. You can kind of see here, the boots do not come off. It's molded on and it is painted on. Now I know some of you are going to be in the comments saying, oh my God, I hate the molded on clothing, blah, 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 blah. Me too, I get it. When it comes to collecting dolls, as a doll collector, I want higher quality. I don't see these as like doll collectibles. I see these as toys to play with. So like I said, if I was a kid, I would have been completely completely fine with this because I played with action figures as well as dolls, and some of the toys that I had when I was a kid back in the 90s had molded on clothing, but they were some of my favorite toys. So would I like for the shoes to be able to come off? Yeah, sure. In this case, do I think it's necessary? No, not really. I mean, you could, you know, still play with the doll perfectly fine. The fashions are removable, but the size of doll, there's not really a whole lot of other dolls to mix and match fashions with, so it doesn't really matter. Also, I like the fact that, you know, their feet are molded to have the shoes on permanently, but they fit perfectly in the stirrups, and it just works with the horse. So I just wanted to point that out. That being said, I really like the faces. I like the scale of these dolls is so cute. I love these mini dolls. Also, they kind of give me that like Monster High, Ever After High vibe with the brats, you know, like with the bigger head and the smaller body, you know, like I that cartoony kind of look. I like that, which Hairmazing has been doing for a while anyway. But look at the screening on these dolls' faces. It is so pretty. I actually really like this. Once again, I think that the hair is like a polypropylene. It's hard to tell because it is actually a little bit on the nicer end, but usually what gives it away for me is when you kind of rub the hair together. If it feels like it is dry, then that's usually polypropylene. It is smooth. It's very smooth, which is nice, but the ends are a little bit dry, which once again lets me know it's polypropylene and not nylon. Because nylon would be something like this for Rainbow High, where it's just, you know, it feels silky no matter what. Now, granted, I did wash her hair out when I got her. This is Cheryl. I did not leave the gel in because they all had like, they were heavily gelled for the style. I washed it out, but after washing it out, it's just like super smooth. I don't get that dry feeling. It still feels very slippery. That's how I know that it is nylon. A lot of people ask me, how do you know? You know, whatever. Nylon feels slippery. Saran kind of feels waxy but soft. Kanekalon feels very feathery soft and dry, but soft and smooth nonetheless. And polypropylene just feels dry, like it feels like plastic or straw. In some cases, like these dolls, it actually does feel okay because it's not messed up or anything like that. But if a kid played with this for too long, it would get frizzy and it would not feel nice. So that's that. I have been thinking about doing a whole video talking about doll hair, but I was literally just thinking about doing it, and then somebody else, I think it was it Zombie X Corn or Piece of Plastic? No, I don't remember who it was. Anyway, somebody did a video talking about hair fibers and the different types and how to tell the difference. So I didn't want to make that video just then because I didn't want people to think I was copying them. So I ended up not making that video. But if that is something that you guys are interested in hearing my opinions about them, or like my take on the different hair fibers and do a dedicated video just for that topic, let me know in the comments down below if that's something that you would like me to do, because if I get enough people saying yes, they would like me to do it, even though other people have done that video already, then I will make that video. Anyway, okay, let's move on. So this is the next one here. Let me just take her off the saddle really quick. So here is the horse. I really like the horse. So this one's in a different pose. This one's like posing, like standing really proud. This one looks like it's kind of moving, like it's kind of like trotting. It's just a slightly different pose. Once again, the hair actually feels decent. I can tell it's not, you know, like it's a less expensive hair quality is basically the best way to describe polypropylene, but it's nice for what it is. And that's mainly because a kid hasn't played with it. You know? If you found this in the thrift store, it probably wouldn't be that good. You could always try and repair it, but you know, these dolls, at least when they're brand new, it's kind of the same thing with Barbie Extra, like when they have the fantasy hair colors and they have polypropylene hair. A lot of the Barbie Extra dolls, like, it's not terrible, it's just not my favorite hair fiber. Plus, it doesn't hold up over time. If you have any older dolls that have polypropylene hair, the hair gets brittle and it starts breaking and like just gets real nasty after several years. So that's another reason why I don't like polypropylene. Anyway, so let me zoom in so you can see the face for this horse. Super cute. They didn't do the greatest job color matching. This one, the forelock looks a little bit lighter than the hair. I mean, it's close enough, I guess. Like, it's a kid's toy. At the end of the day, I may have complaints or criticisms as a collector, but for kids playing with it, they may not notice or care about all the things I care about as a collector. I still like to point them out because, you know, I still think about them, but I know that not all kids care. Like, so when I was a kid, there's certain things that I would not have cared about, like the polypropylene hair. Like, I knew the difference when I was a kid. I knew that some dolls had nicer hair than others, but if the doll was pretty, I would still play with it. So there is that. But anyway, take the rubber band holding her hair down. But anyway, so here is the blonde doll. She is super cute. Oh, I love her face. That's the one thing. I love the faces for these dolls. This hairstyle is weird because I thought it was pulled around and pulled up. It's not. It's literally just some hair that's growing out of the top of her head that they made this little top knot. The rest of the hair is literally just pulled back in a normal ponytail. And I would have been fine with just the normal ponytail. I don't know why they had to do the top knot also, but I don't know. Anyway, her outfit is interesting. So first of all, underneath, her outfit is molded on and painted on. So this top and these pants are permanent. The pants, her legs are molded from this color plastic. For the top of the pants right here, it is painted on, as well as her top being purple, it is painted on and molded plastic. The shoes, once again, are molded on, but they are painted. You know, they have the painted details for the fringe and everything, but they are permanently on because they're molded on. But she does also have some fabric fashions. She has this like it's supposed to be like a leather jacket with the fringe on it, but this is like a faux it's not even a faux leather. Like faux leather sometimes, like pleather or PVC, does dry out and flake over time. This is not that kind of material. This is going to hold up a little better. This actually feels more like windbreaker material. If you know, like those kind of jackets, you know, that's kind of what this material feels like. It's actually kind of nice for the jacket, and it looks cool. I actually really like the way that this looks. I like her overall outfit. Once again, it is kind of a shame that the outfits are permanent, but like I said, I don't think that this is meant to be a fashion doll so much as a riding on horses playing doll, you know. So I'm not upset at the molded on clothing, but that's all I'm going to say about that, because if I keep saying it over and over, I just become a broken record. Anyway, so let's look at the last. Oh, hold on, I gotta see if I can find her hat. That's gonna bug me. Ah, found it. Okay. So here is the hat. Let me take this doll off of the horse really quick and take off the little rubber band holding her hair down. All right, so here is this horse. So like I said, chocolate brown with the blonde, I guess is that considered blonde? I guess it's blonde, even though it's on a horse. Close up, this horse looks a little bit more stoic, I think. Yeah, by comparison, this one almost looks a little bit more masculine, or maybe it's just me. I don't know. Sometimes, you know how like, whoa, you're really close. I forgot you were zoomed in. But sometimes, you know, with cartoons, like they'll make animals, like they'll give them like more humanoid features to make them look more masculine or feminine to portray, yes, this is a boy, or yes, this is a girl, or whatever. Like that's kind of what it looks like. Like this one's maybe a male. I have no idea. I can't tell. But anyway, so here is a close-up of the horse's face if you wanted to see what this one looked like. And the colors for this one is, like I said, this kind of like coral kind of color. This one is in another different pose. So each of the horses are a different pose, which is kind of nice. It's not just like the same exact mold each time, just kind of reused. I love that they're each different. You know what these kind of remind me of? Spirited Away. Or is it Spirited or just Spirit? Spirit Away? I don't know, whatever. There is a horse movie from the 90s that I never watched. Okay, it's Spirit. Spirited Away apparently is a Studio Ghibli film, and that is completely different. No, it's Spirit. The movie from like the 90s or the 2000s or whenever it was. Anyway, they kind of remind me of that because there is a line of dolls that is this size with horses this size as well, and they're very similar. So I don't know if these are meant to be like competition for those or what, but that is a line of dolls that exists out there. I don't know if I want to get any more of these necessarily, but if I find one like on a clearance, I might get one and then compare them since I already have the Hairmazing ones. But anyway, so this is the last horse. Oh, I just noticed that each of their things is different as well. Each of their saddles, the bridle, like the reins and everything, that's all the same, it looks like. But this one's saddle is kind of like scalloped and like flowers molded to the plastic. This one is a super basic saddle, like a very, very simple saddle with a few studs here or there, but not a lot of decorations. And this one is really cool because it's got a lot of like little fringe everywhere. It's just molded to the plastic and nothing, no extra painted details on this. But I like that. Once again, each of them is unique. They didn't just reuse the same mold for each. And here is the last doll, or the first doll, depending on what direction I went in. Anyway, so here she is with her hat. I think she looks really cool. The thing is, the hat doesn't really stay on that well, so it will for display. Like if you put this on your shelf, it'll stay there, obviously. But I'm gonna take the hat off because I keep dropping it. But anyway, she is so pretty, and I think she might be my favorite out of the three. I don't know. I actually really like all three of the dolls, but I love her eye color. It's like a greenish yellow, almost. I don't know, it looks really pretty. I love the red streaks in her hair. That is really, really cool. Her hair is very simple. It is just, you know, split down the middle and kind of pulled back into a little ponytail. She has this, like, I don't know what this pattern is called, but it's like, makes me think of like Arizona or New Mexico or something like that. But she's got this like jacket. And then once again, her outfit is molded on and painted on. So she's got this teal top with these pink pants. The only thing I don't like when doing this, see how like this looks like a lighter pale pink and this is slightly more vibrant? That's because this is made of, the plastic is this color, whereas up here this is painted on and it doesn't quite match. So that's the only bad thing when toys do that, from like, you know, different materials to try and match the color. It doesn't always match. I really like her shoes. I think her boots out of all of them are probably my favorite. So these are her boots. They are really cute. They kind of remind me of like combat boots or like Lara Croft boots, except with a heel and a platform. I love it. I really like them. Once again, the boots are molded on and painted on. They are permanent, so they do not come off. And you know what? Since there is removable fashions, I might actually switch up their outfits a little bit from the way that they came in the box. Probably not a whole heck of a lot. I might just switch around like their shirts or whatever. But without the jacket, here's a better look at the articulation. So you can actually see how the head only moves, twists back and forth. It won't look up or down. It's not a ball joint. It's just a twisty. But the shoulders, you know, they go forward and backward and they go out and they have a good range of movement, which I love. Same thing with the legs. They move all around and she can do the splits. They have a really good range of movement, not a lot of limitation there, which I love that. And same thing with the knees. The knees have like a really good range of movement. That's one thing, that's like a theme that I've noticed when it comes to articulation with dolls recently. Some of them don't have as much of a range. They may have multiple points of articulation, but they don't always have the same range of movement for each of their joints. And that's like a deciding factor for me for certain doll lines, why I prefer some over others. Like for example, I really love the Barbie Rewind dolls. I love them anyway because they're 80s themed, but like those dolls can practically do the splits, even though they have bend and snap knees. I don't know. I just like that better than some of the Barbie Extra dolls. They don't have the same range of movement. They can't do the splits. They probably can't even sit on a Barbie horse because their legs don't go out far enough or something. I don't know. It's hard to explain without like showing you specifically, but it's the same reason why like some dolls like Rainbow High are kind of questionable to me. Some dolls are fine, and then other ones, like, it's not consistent. Same thing with Monster High. It's not always consistent. It can vary from doll to doll, not just from doll line to doll line. But anyway, so that was the Hairmazing, it was just the three set, the doll and horse set. Let me know in the comment section what you thought of these dolls and of these horses. Like, is this something that you would have enjoyed playing with as a kid? Are you a horse person? I always loved horses growing up. When I was a kid, I loved the idea of horses. I loved horse toys. I loved My Little Pony, obviously. That was a huge thing for me. And that was my absolute favorite toy line of all, of any, was My Little Pony. But I also had several plastic horses like this when I was a kid as well. That was one of my favorite animals. But let me know in the comments what you thought, and which girl and horse combination was your favorite. Anyway, that's gonna be it for me right now because I have to get going. I actually have a couple more videos that I want to film really quick. My niece and nephew are here and we've got some stuff going on, but I just want to get these videos filmed real quick before I get started on all of that, because we're gonna have some fun this weekend. But thank you so much for watching. Like I said, as always, let me know down in the the comment section your thoughts on the dolls that I took a look at today, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye! If you like this video, you can let me know by hitting thumbs up. You can check out some of my other videos by clicking one of the links on the screen. I post new videos every week, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified every time I upload. Thanks so much for watching. See you in the next video. Oh, also subscribe. Join the Seahorse Army. Hit the button. It's free. Bye.